Dear media, stop playing into the relatable hatred of YouTube. Or rather, do some better fucking research. Instead of looking up how much we earn every month, why not talk to the girls who now look in a mirror and don't feel so bad about their acne, as they've been watching YouTubers like Melanie Murphy and Zoella filming themselves barefaced and laughing with friends, comfortable and beautiful in their spotty glory. Why don't you talk to the young creatives who, after watching Kick the PJ's new short, are now experimenting with stop motion and lighting techniques for their new school video project? What about the closeted LGBTQ plus kids who are growing up in a strict and unempathetic household, watching YouTubers like Shane Dawson, Todrick Hall, Kingsley, Steph Sanji, Ingrid Nilsson, Simply Kenner, and they're starting to understand and believe that there's a world out there who can love and accept them for who they are. I get it. Clicks, right? You want them views, which first of all, let's just appreciate the beautiful irony of that. But yeah, which headline is going to bring more traffic to your site? Exploring a kind community that shares stories and struggles and offers support and advice to help each other? Or a giant picture of Alfie Days eating candy for a video he made 2 years ago for fun with his friends? You want to add even more negativity into the online pool? Sure, go ahead. But aren't we all a bit tired of that now? Mark my words. The world favours love and kindness. A controversial title will, sure, get you the short boost you crave, but in the long run, you're losing a lot of support. Now, don't get me wrong, YouTube has its issues. Of course there's a divide of some sort, and of course it's a little bit troubling when dealing with brand deals and making human mistakes. But think of the mainstream world, where celebrities are promoted as untouchable godlike figures, where people like Chris Brown still have the support of the media after beating up women, continually setting the example that men could get away with this and still end up on top. Abuse of any kind in the YouTube community is not tolerated. And we like to talk about and explore these difficult topics, and we try and educate the audience that watches us. For example, my friends Jack and Dean made a comedy pop song about the importance of consent. My pal Tom Scar shares his video diaries on depression and how to seek help. Yes, we all have a lot to learn about transparency and fairness in this new way of monetizing art. But we're not charging hundreds and hundreds of pounds for the privilege to meet us, unlike a lot of pop artists. We're not lying to our audience about the way we feel about the products we promote. In fact, in a lot of cases, we actually reach out to the companies that we want to work with. You want to bring down the community that breaks down the celebrity barriers and promotes the idea of vulnerability and imperfection as something not to be afraid of? Alright, fine, sure. Do that. We care about our audience so deeply, and fuck you for thinking it's about the money. I don't know what kind of people you're used to interviewing, but what kind of heartless monster sees an audience as dollar signs? Also, what is it with the idea that the audience is just young, gullible teenagers? Again, if you'd done your research, you'd know that actually it's pretty much 50-50 between 13 to 17 and 18 to 24. So the teenage audience may be a little bit more outspoken, and they're definitely present, and we see a lot of our younger selves in them as well, and we want to bring them joy and tell them the things that we needed to hear at that age. Also, we have a chance to put a good message out into the world. For example, it's just a little example, but my friend Miles playfully instructed their audience to do a random act of kindness today. They retweeted messages from the audience telling them about how they bought a present for their friend today or spent time with their grandparents. Again, if you want to bring that down, promote that as a negative thing, fine. Do what you want, but just know that we are a strong, wonderful community, and we stand together against hate. Side note, I just finished editing. Let's try and combat this divide that the mainstream media likes to talk about so much. I'm annoyed that video responses don't exist anymore, but let's make our own. Make a video in response to this, call it something like YouTube and mainstream media, and I'll try and watch as many as I can. We can all get involved in a nice old discussion. Also, let me know what you think. Let's all have a big chat in the comments. See ya! Thanks for watching my Vedif. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace. I've never done that outro in my life.